We know that Britain is one of the most age-segregated countries in the world. A lot of old people and a lot of young people never get to meet. And as a result of that, there's a lot of, the lack of connection means lack of trust, but also division.
Loneliness not only involves painful feelings of disconnectedness, but it also is a risk factor for many health conditions. There are several studies that have shown the impact of loneliness on not just one, but many aspects of our physical and mental health.
Fine, some people think they're scary, old people, and they don't like going near them, and they think they smell odd and stuff, and it's just, so they won't near.
Care homes, even though they can be quite, obviously there are quite a lot of people living in them, but they can be very lonely places in their own right, and very isolated places as well.
It's not a very necessarily pleasant life in an old people's home.
Doing the same thing over and over again. Yeah.
There are 416,000 people in care homes in the UK. 40,000 of these are in social isolation. Our aim is to join the two generations together.
If older people and younger people get to talk with each other and share activities and experiences, then they will understand each other a lot better.
Betty will be 97 in a couple of months' time, and I'll be 95 at the end of this month if I'm still alive.
7 and I'll be in year 3. I'm in 7. I'm 7 and I'm in year 2.
Quality of life should be something that we should care about, regardless of age.
We are Hand in Hand, a group of students passionate about solving the loneliness epidemic in our ageing population, in particular with the elderly in care homes.
The young and the elderly can bring knowledge and energy to each other's lives by increasing self-esteem and promoting friendships.
Do you know that there are elderly in care homes around the country that are quite lonely?
No, I haven't heard anything. No.
Lacking social connections is as damaging to our health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day.
There are massive issues affecting older people, and as you said, we have an ageing society, more and more older people, and care and health and other services aren't fit for an ageing population. And families are much more fragmented than they ever used to be. I mean, I grew up just around the corner from where my grandmother lives, but a lot of families, people move away, so quite often children and young people never get to see older relatives.
The people who are already in homes can't organise anything from their home. They're reliant on the staff. People haven't got time to talk to them, the staff there. They're too busy, so it can be awfully boring. Those who can see are all right because they have a television and you can have that on all day, which relieves the boredom somewhat. But a television doesn't answer back to their questions. Old people would prefer to have somebody to chat to and talk to.
Because if you were lonely, how would you feel? If you kind of had nothing to do but look at a TV all the time, how would you feel?
A bit bored. Depends what's on the TV. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be really boring. Because normally in care homes you can't really control the TV because there are other people being in the room that want to watch it as well, so you'll just be sat there and to watch what other people want to watch.
Do you think there are any health benefits to being less lonely?
I think they'd be more happy if they had people with them, and because they can have people have fun with people, and because on your own it's not very fun.
My grandma was in an old person's home and she loved it when I came in and visited her for an hour. Also, the other residents definitely would have liked to have some other people come and chat to them. They love hearing about our stories and things we have to say, but also we love hearing about what they have to say.
My personal view is that we need to start as young as possible, which is why we do a lot of work between the ages of 0 and 5 to encourage children to think about older people and think about ageing and what it's like to get old, but also to change their attitudes towards ageing.
So do you currently do anything in school about the elderly and PSHE, or do you learn about old people and how you could help them?
No, really.
So you feel like this issue is not really addressed in schools?
Yeah.
Therefore, we want to encourage the integration of primary school children and the elderly. We have devised Hand in Hand an intergenerational award scheme that comes in 3 stages that the children can work towards: bronze, silver and finally gold. This would be a charitable initiative similar to the enduringly popular Duke of Edinburgh scheme seen in action today. Each stage of the award requires an increase in volunteering hours put in by the children. Through the award, the elderly and children will develop long-lasting, meaningful connections. The elderly will be less lonely, and the children will hopefully develop confidence, social and communication skills. Please support our campaign by visiting our website for more information, and follow us on our Instagram, where we post regular updates on our progress. Would you be interested in kind of going into care homes as part of an award scheme in primary schools?
Yes. Well, it would be quite good to do it, because you're helping other people, and I quite like it.
We have had children come to play
music
instruments here.
Yeah.
We have a lady that, when we have a service, she plays the piano, but she's also a music teacher. So occasionally she brings these children and they're playing on the violin or whatever, and it's lovely.
They would be so funny, and they'd make the elderly actually smile, and they'd laugh, and they'd also remember maybe their children or their grandchildren. But also the young children would enjoy it as well. I think it would work hand in hand. I think both of them would enjoy it just as much as each other.
Because you can start to get start to bond with old people after a few weeks of talking with them loads and having fun with them. Because they're not just boring people, old people, they can be quite educational as well. So I like to see what kind of, because as you get older, you like different things. And I want to kind of know what kind of things they do and enjoy. It's just a thing they do.
The young and the elderly can bring knowledge and energy to each other's lives by increasing self-esteem and promoting friendships.
There are huge benefits of mixing, whether it's for older people, it's about improving their physical and mental health and improving their care, but also obviously reducing loneliness, engaging people in meaningful activity. For younger people, I think there are all sorts of things. So we know that it helps to improve young people's confidence, it improves their communication skills, having someone they can actually talk to and spend time with, and it will, I think, encourage younger people to get more involved if there's some kind of recognition and reward at the end of the day.
So what if you went into care homes and you were doing all these activities with them, how do you think that would make the old people feel?
Happy. Yeah, their mood will be a little bit happy. They will be happy, more happy than ever.
Let's all work together to put an end to this issue. Hand in hand, we can set out on the path to a less lonely, more integrated society.
If you're miserable, you make everybody else miserable, don't you? You've got to be cheerful, haven't you?